let's talk about the evaluation of Jawan. If you're not familiar with this film, the first thing I want to say is there's a lot of comparisons between Jawan and RRR, and there's no way to miss the fact that the two films feel very similar. I mean, when you look at Jawan, you're looking at a film that is absolutely 100% audacious, very much like RRR, right? It's pulling together disparate elements that really shouldn't work together and sandwiching them together and making them somehow work, from the romance to the comedy to the action to the political intrigue. Really, this film for me, other than the insane action, and listen, as it builds, we get to some action set pieces with the trucks at the end of this film that is one of the better choreographed chase scenes I've ever seen. And then you've got crazy shit like a motorcycle flying out of nowhere with a chain. You know, you saw RRR. You probably haven't seen Jawan yet, but you know what I'm talking about. Just stuff that makes you go, okay, this is absurd, but yet totally ass-kicking at the same time. But the reason that I like this film so much is that its message is down with corruption. The number one problem in the world, as we go a little political here, there's no question, you guys know this. If we were to get rid of all the corrupt people in society, we would be living in utopia. The problem is that we have corruption across every single level of this world. I don't care what you look at, there is corruption involved. And the problem is you have people obviously taking money because of greed, and that is what makes this world suck at times, because you have people that have bad motives and they are doing the wrong thing for cash. And that is corruption, and that is what this film deals with. How far will you go to fight back against the system? And that message is powerful in this film. And yet, in the best of ways, any filmmaker who delivers a message of that importance does so kind of Trojan horsingly, as it were. You get this film that really doesn't feel like that, and then all of a sudden, boom, you get this political statement about the corruption in India and all of the politics involved there that I personally don't really have the history of. But when you watch the film, you understand what is going on with that corrupt system, and that's why Jawan is one of the best films of the year for me, based on whenever you take big swings like this, giant risks like Jawan does, and then you connect most of the time, right? There's a few things I would change here and there, but in general, this is a very strong film. And let me tell you something, if India does not make this their international feature submission for the Oscars this year, after last year they went RRR, if they do not do Jawan here, that is 2 in a row, and whoever is in the selection committee needs to be booted on their ass. I want them out. They should be fired, all of them, because they're corrupt. That's what this movie will end up being if it doesn't get the Oscar nomination, is that it'll be the corruption of the India Film Committee that is picking these films. It'll be another fail. They better get it right. Jawan is the easy selection for you, India. Make it.